ground. God said, get up off your keister and clean your stinking house, Christina. And it wasn't even that bad. I've been doing really good. But he says, how long are you going to sit there and let it fester? Till you just hate other people? Don't come in my house. We already overcome that. How long are you going to sit there and let the enemy dictate what your life is? Aren't you kind of done with it? My husband and I have some issues with the IRS. And you know what? I don't like them. I don't. And they're nosy and they want to know everything. And the reality of it is if I had ignored them for years and wasn't afraid of them, because that's usually what it is, it's fear. Fear drives us to react in ways that are negative, that are against God. Fear. I'm afraid to get married because what if we get a divorce? And instead of just dealing with today's issues, okay, today I had to get up and I had to earn a living and feed my kids and go home and do it all again tomorrow. But then I'm going to take on, well, what if we get married and our life screws up? What else do we take on? What if my husband doesn't want to work and I'm the one supporting the whole family? What if once we get married, my wife's going to take the checkbook and shop until we're broke? And we sit there and we worry and we stew over things that aren't even here yet. So what does that make us do? Instead of walking through the valley and getting to where we need to be, we sit there. I'm in the valley, I'm in the valley, I'm in the valley. God said get out of the valley. And you're not. Like my little dad's not there. This is my daughter, everybody. She's embarrassed by her mommy, but she should be used to it. But really, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to drink every day because when I'm drunk, I don't have to deal with life. I'm going to do drugs every day because they numb what's going on in my life. When if we would just choose even one day and say, Lord, I'm going to give it my best today. And if you make it to 3 o'clock and something happens, you gave it your best. You would pick yourself up the next day. The most honorable thing, the best praise you can give God is to not stop walking. Get up regardless of your circumstance, regardless of what's pulling you down or weighing you down, and start each day and say, okay, it's the day the Lord has made. I'm going to rejoice and be glad in it. Ha ha ha. And I'm going to get up and I'm going to continue to walk. I'm going to continue to pray. I'm going to continue to reach out to people and say, help me, I'm broken. And God is going to come in and He's going to come in and raise up a standard against the enemy in your life. He's going to give you the strength to overcome addiction. He's going to give you the strength to break anxiety and depression off your life. He's going to give you the oil of joy, the garment of praise. Why? Because He said He would. Because He's faithful even when we aren't. You know, the Bible says, don't be slow in keeping your promises to the Lord or your vow. Yeah. You know what? How many vows have I made to the Lord and broke the same day? How many of you ever walk out of church and go, that's it, amazing day, oh my gosh, I love everyone, and your kids go, are we going out to lunch? And I want the most expensive thing on the menu. And you only have $5 in your purse. And you have to tell them no. And then all of a sudden it's on. It's a fight to the finish. Please, Mom, let's go have me. Please, please, please. I don't care if you're going to go bankrupt. I don't care if you're going to bounce a check. I want what I want. And that feeling of contentment and peace that God just poured into us at church is gone. And you know what we do? We give it away. I have learned that I am my own worst enemy. I can talk myself into things. I can talk myself out of things. I am the great justifier. I can justify every bad thing that I do, and I'm good at it. And you know what? And I probably convince you that it was right. But the reality of it is when I lay down at night, my soul isn't at rest. I'm not lying down in green pastures. I don't feel my comfort there because I have rejected Him and ignored Him. You cannot justify sin. You cannot justify sin. There's no way to justify it. We all deal with it, but there's no justifying it. You know, I was having a conversation with someone the other night. We were talking about social media. And I seem to harp about this, but you know, it's a really big topic, social media. We're talking about social media media and how she no longer looks at Facebook. She's like, I don't even want to know. I get on there and say, pray for me, or God was good to me. She says, but I don't even look at the postings. She says, because I feel responsible when people are putting things on Facebook that they're going to hurt themselves, their family's breaking, something's going on with them, and what if something really happens to them? She said, and I didn't do anything. So she says, then all of a sudden I'm responsible for the whole world, and I don't have time for that. It's God's job. Or we use it to justify gossip. Oh, Sophie, did you hear? Camille slept upside down in bed last night. It made all the blood go to her head. She passed out on the ground. Well, then all of a sudden, as my friend pointed out the other night, Camille slept upside down in the bed, passed out because she was drunk, because that's all it takes is someone else to add a little, let's just make it a little, let's give it a punch this time. And then from there it takes off. Camille was drunk at Christina's house. Oh my God, what's she doing? We need to let Pastor know. And I'll let you know that whenever you let Pastor know something about me, he calls me right on the carpet. Just so you know. Christina, what are you saying to those people? I'm serious. Social media was made, I don't know why it was made. Because honestly, it does nothing but bring everybody stress. People feel like they can vent their feelings without seeing the reaction on the face of the person they're venting to. There's no accountability, because you can say whatever the heck you want to the person on the other side of the nation, and as they're hanging themselves, you're not giving them a second thought. Are you? Texting. If you have something serious to say, don't say it on text. Because that other person isn't going to get that, Sophie, your hair, it's time to dye it. They're going to get, my mom hates my hair, and Summer won't dye it. I'm going to cut it off. Because it's interpreted by her emotions. And yes, she's been nagging me to take her to get her hair dyed. But it's interpreted by her feelings, not mine. Oh, but I put lots of happy faces and smileys and exclamation points so they know I'm not mad. When I say an exclamation point, I know the emphasis on that sentence. If you misword your sentence, I'm thinking you're mad at me. Okay, smiley face or not. And most of those smiley faces, I can't tell if they're angry or happy. They're too little. I can't see. Hello? Media has its place, but it's a very small place in your life. If it consumes more than an hour of your time a day, there's an issue. My kids and my niece will be in the living room, and all is quiet, right? Because we're like this. And all of a sudden we're like, what? Rachel will say, oh, the debate's on. Yeah, I know, I'm watching it. Did you see that about that woman that got beat up by her husband by a sandwich with a sandwich? In Nebraska? That's real news. It was on the news. How is that relevant to me? She got beat up by a sandwich. And they thought it was newsworthy. That is not relevant to me. What's relevant to me is my neighbor is hurting and lost and needs Jesus. What's relevant to me is there's people in this church that don't have food, they don't have the necessities of life, and it's our job as a family to make sure they do.
Amen.
I need to be in my word and praying because I need to be in a place where I am ready to give when someone asks of me. Christina, I need prayer. There was a time not too long ago, I said, oh, you need prayer, Jesus, help me. Because my mind was not where it needed to be. Like, Lord, they need you, not me. And yes, he came through. But I was left feeling empty because I didn't fill myself up with what was godly. Godly fellowship, godly word, prayer, the word church. Oh, it's time to go to church again. 17 times a week, gotta go to church. And I wasn't feeling churchy. And then everybody expects me to smile. And when I'm doing this, there's a problem. That is not a smile. That is I'm tolerating life right now. And not many people noticed it if you did. Why? Because I wasn't building myself up on the most holy place. I wasn't allowing the Lord to allow to lead me into his righteousness. And not because I deserve it. None of us deserve his righteousness. But it is a free gift for those who fervently seek him. And you know what? And your fervency may look different than mine. I've been a Christian a long time. But I've only been walking with the Lord the last 10 years. I knew about religion. I knew about salvation, but I didn't know about an ongoing relationship with Jesus.
Yeah.
He was a God in the sky who didn't care about me on a day-to-day basis until 10 years ago. And then he came down and he showed me heaven on earth. He showed me that he cares about me, that his presence is real, that he cares about my everyday concerns, no matter how small they are. There's a gentleman I used to go to church with. His name was Graham, and he was a very large Samoan man. He was so funny. And he was an ex-gang member, and I don't know if it was in LA or in San Diego, but I knew him in San Diego. He came to the Lord, and everything he did in the name of the Lord. So if he pumped your gas, the Lord give him every drop of gas that belongs to them in Jesus' name. And I used to go, okay. And I'd say, Graham, my toe hurts, Father God. I just pray for that toe in Jesus' name. There's ants in my bathroom. I rebuke those ants in Jesus' name. We were laughing because it's like, I would never think of that. But you know what? The ants went away without any ant killer. I got better gas mileage with that tank of gas. I'm serious. He loves us that much. He does. Father God, I need a cracker, but I would love to have a steak. Well, guess what? That cracker has a steak-esque taste to it. He's that faithful. He is. It's our disbelief that lets us lose out. It's our disbelief that we don't encounter God the way we want to. I have a problem with public demonstrations. And I've had people come up to me. Teresa Baird, one of my favorite people in this church. First time she ever prayed for me, and this is when I first came to the church, like the second visit. And she's all, Lord, people are staring at me. Can you get her to stop, please? Please? Because I can't hear because people are staring at me, and I'm just like, I'm so scared people are staring at me. And all of a sudden, God's like, oh, just shut up. And I felt this calm, and I felt this peace for the first time in I don't know how long. We were homeless at the time. And I felt a $20 bill slip into my hand from the very woman who was praying for me. She didn't know. We were living in Winston Trailer Park at that point, a 28-foot motorhome with my 3 kids, 2 dogs, a chinchilla, and Pixie, Dixie, and Trixie, German hamsters. Okay? We had used our last gas to get here because we found something that gave us peace. We found a well of water and we wanted another drink. And God knew what our need was. I had never had it. I had been in church for years. Nothing like that had ever happened to me. And what was so funny is my husband and I were walking out of the parking lot. He goes, someone put this in my pocket and handed out another $20 bill. We came to church broke and left in the plus. Because at that time it was $19 to fill my car up. There was lunch that day at McDonald's. He was like, yeah! Yeah? So God doesn't just give you what you need when you earnestly seek Him. When you will do anything for Him, He will give you more. Your cup will run over. He is so faithful. But the problem, the part I want you to really embrace is that He's so real. He is real. He is here for us. He does love you. That's what I want you to get. You are loved. You are wanted. You are good. You are decent. I don't care what your past is. I don't care what you came in here drinking, snorting, thinking. I don't care. And Jesus doesn't care any more than I do. I'm so glad you're here with us because you chose to be here. Amen. I do not take any of you for granted. Because your choice was to be here tonight. And I'm honored that you're here. And if I'm honored as a human being who is fleshly, how much more is God honored by your presence today? How much more is He going to meet your need? How much more is He going to get His rod and His staff? How much more is He going to shield you and guide you through tomorrow? He knows your need better than I ever will. Even the ones that you hide. I always have this little tucked inside of my heart. It's like, well, God doesn't really see that. He doesn't know about it, right? Right? Yeah, right? No. He sees it all. And honestly, He doesn't care. The only thing He cares about is that you are seeking Him.